Hey guys. Can anybody hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. I
Hey,
hear
what's
you.
going on, Mac?
What's up, Ace? How you doing, bro?
You yourself?
Good, man.
What on, man? How was your weekend? How was your week actually? And your weekend?
Week is good. I set up some time for us the next week, I think. I don't know if you saw it on your calendar.
Yeah, you gotta call me on that one, man, because I don't check my calendars. Again, my Google is crazy, and I get probably like 100. I need to stop unsubscribing from these people because I get like 100 messages.
Well, that was on Justin's calendar, I think.
Yeah, well, it goes to mine. Like it gets forwarded to mine.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is that it gets forwarded to mine, and then I get 100 messages, so I don't even know when I'm have a message.
So you want me to call you that day?
Yeah, just send me a message through Facebook. Hey, what's up? Hey, just make no, just remind me. Hey, Ace, we have a meeting.
Okay. I'll send you a text because I don't have Facebook.
Okay, send me a. What's up, guys? I'm here at the rehab, looking much better.
Jump in the pool, man.
Right now, it's fresh. It's fresh enough to jump in the pool. Actually, what's up, guys? I'm getting the best light here. You know, Justin says I should get a light. I have a light, but I get right now mobile. I have a couple of rehabs going on and a couple of properties I got to look at, so I can't be at home. What's up, guys? Any questions? What's up, Steve? What's up, Richardson? Hey, Aisha. So you guys, I think you guys are mute. What's going on? Any deals you guys want to talk about? Any deals you guys got?
How about I got a cheap house for sale up in Alabama. The guy walks in the door. It's up on the MLS for $83,000. He walks in the door, tells the broker, "Okay, I want the house." She says, "Okay, how do you plan on paying for it?" He says, "Cash right now." The guy had $100,000 plus in his car. How about I get paid for the house before we even close it? How's that?
Wow, those are the deals I like.
Talk about a freaky deal. That's a first. So yeah, but that was the crazy job for the week.
Wow, yeah. In my area, we're heavy cash buyers. Again, there's a lot of people with cash, not a lot of people with credit, but a lot of people that save 5, 10 years worth of income and they just have it in their. Literally, they don't have it in the bank. They have it in their house.
Well, look, what this banker did for me was she opened an account in this guy's name, the local branch, took his money, let it sit there for a couple of hours till it went through the system or whatever the case would be, and then cut me a bank check for that amount of money and put it into my account. And now I'm not sitting there messing with cash.
There you
How's
go.
that? Yeah,
There you go.
that was a great deal, man.
Yeah, that realtor needs to get a bonus.
There you go. Yeah, I'll give her a bonus. She didn't even want to take the deal. She was afraid. I go,
Of
someone
course,
got
you're
cash,
afraid.
never be afraid.
Yeah, when people come up with a bag of cash, they're afraid. Like, where's this money from?
This guy was so thankful to get this house. We closed it. We closed it yesterday. He came in the door on Tuesday, actually. So it was yeah, that was it. Nice and easy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good here in the valley. It's hot and cold. Hot and cold. It was hot and cold all week. Deals wise, I'm locking up one today at 100. It's probably worth like 150. That's my SEO work for me. The ladies from San Antonio, the brokers from San Antonio, the seller doesn't want to deal with it. I actually told the seller, you know what, you can actually get more if you list it with, like, you list it. He's like, no, I just want to deal with you. And thank you for being upfront and honest with that.
There you go.
There you go. So I pushed him away, saying, you know what, you might get 170 for this property. He's like, nah, the buyer wants 120. We negotiated 100. I went to see it yesterday, and let's go.
That's great.
Hey, cash talks, and people being honest with you, sometimes, you know what, maybe I'll sell this guy this property. The realtors just wants to make sure the transaction gets done properly and fast.
That works.
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Mark? Any deals with you guys, Michael, Kim? Let's see.
We're working on one right now. It's actually 2 properties in Northern California. And it's funny when you talk about cash, it's Northern California. So we get a lot of people that want to spend, bring you a bunch of money in 20s. So,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, they're 2 seller finance deals. I was curious, do you use VAs yourself or do you do it yourself?
I have, I am reducing the hours for one of my VAs that does my, what's it called? My county searches and my clerical stuff to 4 hours a week, 4 hours a day. And I hired a new VA, full-collar VA.
Mm-hmm.
She's good. She's gotten me 19 leads. They're not all great leads, but I like the way she speaks. She's coachable, which is good. Yeah, she's gonna do part-time as well, 20 hours a week for I think it was $520 a month.
Cool. Do
Yeah.
you or anybody else on the call use VAs for your disposition at all, or?
For this boat, I don't use VAs for this boat. I do, again, I'm planning to do another 50 deals next year, so I'm good enough with that. If I get to 50 by the 3/4 of the year, then I might hire a disco next year.
So you're just selling them yourself, or are you using a realtor, or how are you doing that?
I have my buyers. My buyers are real. Again, I'm real close to them as far as they literally trust the way what I tell them, and they don't even have to walk. I have my VIP buyers. Hey, I call them. Hey, I have this deal. Okay, send me the address. Okay, lock it up. They don't even go look at it. I send them pictures. I send them a walkthrough video, and they go for it.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's all local. Once I go to another market, which this is my VA is gonna be doing that, then I'll have to get with you, Richardson, about getting that dispo.
Well, let's do it. Let's do a deal together, dude. We could do a deal together, no problem. So yeah.
Philip, send me a deal from Plains, Texas. It was a buyer. He bought it in June. Was gonna move there because of a job. The job fell through. He had to sell it. He bought it for 76. He wanted 100, which is crazy. But I was like, let me try to get a buyer there. So I was telling Philip, I was sending him an audio. He's like, what I did, I looked at the area. I saw the houses that had just sold in that area. And then I put the city and then put a county appraisal district. And I got the property records search website. I just put the last address that was sold. And then I got the name of the buyer, of the owner. And then I just searched the name of the owner. And it was literally like the second name that I searched. And the guy had like 10 properties. Boom. Then I skipped questions and text, hey, are you the owner of this house? He's like, who's this? He's like, well, I'm Ace, I'm local. I see that you guys own a lot of properties. You might be interested in more. She said, well, you probably gotta talk to my husband. Gave me the husband's number. I got him on the call on the husband. It's this little town in Texas, but now I have a cash buyer. Nice. But I offer him that one. He's like, no, I saw that house go to auction before this guy bought it. And the guy that is a cash buyer wanted to buy it for 60. So it doesn't make sense at 100. But again, we'll put him in the follow-up list because that guy now no longer lives there. He has $76,000 parked in that house. He's not an investor. He bought it because of work. So eventually it'll come to where he has to cut his losses and sell it at a discount so he can just get back some cash. And then I have that cash buyer.
Nice.
So that was the story of Michael. And again, how it's just, I know how to do it. I just have that mental block. But when Philip sent me this deal, let me see if I can lock it up for 50, I can sell it for this guy for 60 right away. But the guy wanted 100. He was stuck at 100. Mm-hmm. He's like, 100 sounds like you might want to have to rent it yourself and get some money back slowly, because in that market, 100 is not gonna make it. You bought it for 76, and you want to sell it for 100 again. It doesn't make sense because everybody saw it at 76, and you were the highest sucker.
Right. Gotcha.
But I was able to get a cash buyer. I was able to search the property. I was able to get a cash buyer. I was able to talk to a cash buyer. I was able to talk to the seller. It's just that the price didn't make sense.
Right.
So yeah, again, the next step, if the deal would have gotten signed up, is just calling local companies. Well, actually, I would have told the actual buyer, hey, who's your title company? And then I would have called the title company. Hey, yeah, Chase recommending you guys for some title what's it called process that I got a house that I got to start, and use him as leverage to be able to get that relationship with the title company. You see, so that was gonna be my next step. It would have been a good deal That would have been my next step. That would have been my first virtual deal with Philip. And yeah, so again, I know how to do it. It's just that mental block. But 2021 has to be the year that I have to go virtual. At least 5 markets. And I'm giving my VA, I have literally like almost close to 900,000 records that my VA, I'm just gonna give her the top records that I have in the top markets, and I'm gonna work on them. My VA is doing 20, like I average 2,900 dials for 4 hours.
How many?
What kind of deals are those? Vacant?
There are all kinds of deals. Yeah, 2,900 dials. So the dialer that I have, it's Sencom. I used to do it at 12 dials at once. So basically, as soon as you hang up from the call that you have, it dials 12 numbers. The first one they picked up, yeah, hey, and the reason why I know that it works. I was doing it. So don't tell me that it can't be done, because I was doing it. I was doing 1,000 dials, probably like 900 dials an hour, and I was doing it. So, wow. And that gives you around 50 conversations an hour.
50.
So this lady already has, yeah, it's from 30 seconds to the longer ones. The leads, I was getting one lead per hour, because I was talking to probably 50 people. Probably like 47 were like 30-second conversations. And then that one that goes from a 30-second to a 3-minute conversation right away, boom, boom, you want to sell? Yes, yes, okay, boom, and that's a lead. That's the way that I was doing my leads, and it was working. But yeah, so now my VA is doing 2,900 because her conversations are a little bit longer. She converses a little bit longer, but she has good tone. I'm just coaching her a little bit on pacing herself a little bit less, a little bit more, talking a little bit slower. And I hire a lady, because usually people are not jerks to ladies; they're jerks to men. But to ladies, they're more sensible.
That's true.
It is what it.
Your VA based in the States?
She's from Honduras.
Honduras.
Yeah, I'm paying her $6.50 an hour. So far, I love it. She's giving me. Let me see if I can pull up the.
So she's in Honduras making these calls for you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. And I was just in the, you know what, I was like, I don't want to pay for a VA, but I was like, I have to. Like, if you want to start making, you want to scale, because this year I'm probably closing like around 47 deals this year. But if I want to scale to make maybe in 3 other markets, make an extra 30 deals, then I gotta have somebody that's gonna be just focusing on calling. I gotta basically double down on the cold calls. Somebody has to make the cold calls.
How did you find her, Ace?
On a Facebook group. Look, let me share this with you guys. Share. Share screen. What is this? Know what's going on here. Hold on. Let me close this one so I can know which one it is. So yeah, so I found her on a group. I reached out to the lady. She has like, the VA group has like a manager that does all their hiring and everything. She reached out to me. She didn't want to give me a, what's it called, like sample cold call so I can hear the tonality. But what they make him do, because of the NDA, non-disclosure agreements that they sign with the vendors or their clients, but she was able to give me their intro. Okay, like, okay, I like them. It has to be a bilingual. It has to be a lady. Let me see if I can share this.
Wow. $6.50 an hour. I don't know how you handle it.
I know, right? I was like, okay, this is my theory. My theory, right? Hold on, let me.
I was thinking about giving that guy Nick Nicholas a shot from the other night.
Oh, to get what does he do? I seen him before. What was he offering?
He's got, it's like everything in a box, whatever you want. You want him to do texting and emails and answering phones, cold calling, you name it, he'll do it. He'll pull lists, he'll skip trace them. I mean, it's everything in a box. So
Let
if
me
you
show
just
you.
want to sub everything out and just get it done, that's
You
probably
guys
one
see my
method.
screen?
Look at this.
My Gmail screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
See all those leads?
Yep.
That was just she started on December the 14th. So she's gotten me all these leads.
Amazing.
So yeah, again, it was just a matter. Again, I know my data is good. I know any data is good because remember, when I was life insurance, when I had my life insurance agent, one of the things that they teach you is that it's not you, Steve, that I want to buy a house from. It's who do you know behind you that can get me a house that's for sale.
So these are real cold calls. Your data is basically just calling neighborhoods. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I have data. Again, trust me, I've been piling out on this data since 2019. And people tell me that's old data, but again, data's data. How often do people move
Unless
around?
they move out of their house, it doesn't
Yeah,
change.
exactly. How often do people move out of their houses? Like it's rare. You see here, she says, this is the address. The ones that I like. Some are not all good datas, good leads, but this one, you see, asking price, no repairs. If it doesn't sell it, he'll do it the kitchen himself. 1 or 2 months. Why sell? So he can do a bigger one. So again, she knows what she's doing, which I like. And let me go to my send call real quick and show you. She's probably on right. Yeah, she's probably on right now. And I have her at 12. So as soon as she hangs up and she dispositions the call, she'll probably get a call within 40 seconds.
Wow.
I used to be in a call center, so I know. You see right here, CPA.
Right. Yep.
Doing 12 calls per agent. The max, and look at the daily report.
So the calls per agent, is that an average in an hour? What is that?
That's average. No, once she hangs up, it spits out 12 calls. You see, so this week, from the 14th, when she started the 14th, she's dialed 10,000 numbers. You see right here? 7,000 didn't answer, 3,000 did answer, 419 connects. Let me see. 284 abandoned. And let me see right here. Where is the call logs? There we go. You see here, qualified leads, unchecked. Qualified leads. So since the 14th, she's giving me that's 24 qualified leads that I got to go through, that I got to call them, right?
You calling everybody in the state?
No, right now, these are only in my area. Like this
Wow.
right now, only in my area. And you see my leads right here. Let me show it to you. Right now, I have 195,000 leads in this send call right now.
Right.
So she's only called she's gone through probably 1 or 5% of my leads that I have there. What else that I have? Oh, one of the things that I do have here, guys, is that as soon as if somebody calls, right, and she calls out and they don't answer, and let's say as soon as you hang up a call, $12 go out, right? Let's say 3 pick up. My VA will only pick up 1.
Right.
The rest that don't pick up, they hang up, right? So then when they call back, it says, hey, yeah, we're trying to reach you because we're trying to see if you're interested in selling a house. If you want to call me directly, press 1. So the people that press 1, they'll go directly to my phone and I answer them live.
They go directly to your cell phone. You talking to them live.
Yeah. And if they don't want to, press 2 and it goes to a do not call list.
So this data you're pulling in your neighborhood is probably every house that's in the area, right?
Not well. That's my next step, to get every address in the area. Right now, I have from absentee, from pre-foreclosures, from affidavits, from lien notices, from vacants, from USP vacants. What else? Code violations, past due from Certificado, trust these leads. I have all kind of leads that I had there already piled up, but I never trusted one VA to actually call them because my mentality was go cheap and teach them. But then I was like, okay, 2020, I went cheap. I still made deals, but maybe 2021, I got to go a little bit more expensive and get more leads so that I can talk to more people. So that's why for me, 650 is expensive. But if it gets me, so my mentality is like, I'm going to drop this year and VAs next year, 2021 is going to be around $6,000 worth of VAs. I'm going to make that money. I'm going to set it aside. That's going to be my cold calling seed money for the whole year.
That's your VA salary.
Yeah, for the whole year.
There you go.
So if I make one deal, and I know I'm pretty good at making deals, as far as we make one deal that I can make 10K, that pays for the whole year's salary.
Hold it.
Yeah.
So your annual salary is how much?
$6,000. $6,000.
Get out of here. You
What's
should be
part-time?
ashamed of yourself. Oh my God. $6,000. Wow, that's great. That's great.
But over there, remember now, Honduras, what's the average salary in Honduras? Probably $30 a month.
Yeah. And they
In
got good
Mexico-
internet there?
Yeah, in Mexico, it's probably like $50 a month.
Yeah.
So if this lady's making $300 a month, she's in probably the top 50% of earners.
Yeah.
She's like a teacher. She gets to work from home. All she has to do is work, like her voice. Shit, that's if you were to pay me here, if let's say the average salary in my area is 30K a year. If you're telling me that I can make 90K from my house, shit, give me the leads.
So did you train this person?
Nope.
And they came, so they had some experience already, or they were already trained?
Yeah, I went through a broker that teaches them the basic stuff, and so far I'm loving it. Again, you see 24 leads. Again,
Great, man. That is great.
one's gonna hit.
You just started using this
Yeah.
VA?
I started on the 13th,
Wow.
and I'm gonna cut the hours from my other VA because
What's your cost per lead right now?
right now, if you look at it, I got 24 leads. I paid her. Well, what's 520 divided by 4?
520 divided by
Anybody have a
4.
calculator?
Yep. I'm pulling it up right
You
now.
don't need a calculator.
130.
130.
So then divide 130 by 24.
3120.
No, well, the other way around. 24 by 130. Sorry.
24 multiplied into 130.
No, divided. 24 divided by 130.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I think.
Oh.
It's like $2 a lead.
0.18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cheap. It's cheap. Now,
Very good.
and I know that I'm gonna have to get probably like 50 leads to get one deal
Yes.
because of the cold calling.
Yeah.
When it's inbound, it's different. I get right now. This year, I dropped it to like every 12 calls, I get one deal.
Every 12?
That's with Justin. Learning from Justin as far as whatever he did to me, it made me my conversion rates. It went super low. Like it used to be like every 24 leads, I get one deal. Now every 12 leads, I get one deal.
Mhm.
Has this VA company, have they got a website?
I think so. I can patch it. And this one, I'll bet for it because again, she's working really good. I'll send you the info.
And and that telephone service that you're using, do they provide the phones also? The
No,
phone numbers?
there is one program where they provide everything, like the dialer. The dialer is $100 a month. They provide the dialer and they give you skips, but they charge you like $900 for full time. No, it's like $1,200 for full time, but they offer both acquisitions, negotiating, and dispositions, everything. But I don't want to get that I don't want to give too much about what I do as far as the business. So first, let me prove that they can give me deals. Let me lock up deals. Probably mid-quarter, first quarter, second quarter, I'll find out. Then I might hire them. You know what? I'm gonna pay you a little bit more, but you're gonna do dispo, especially when there's outside market, like markets that are not in my area.
There's a saying, crawl before you walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in your situation, you're running a freaking marathon right now. So I don't know if you're crawling.
Yeah. It's
So,
fucking crazy.
yeah,
I love it. I love
any
it.
information you get to me on that VA and that phone service, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's-
definitely. I'll put it. Actually, let me have it here. Let me see if I have it.
Yeah, Arturo, can you put it in the chat?
Yeah. But let me actually. Hold on, guys.
While you do that, have you guys tried talking about the code calling there? Have you guys tried Mojo Dialer or no?
Modular is too expensive.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so too.
They do free skip tracing, I heard. Well,
But it's not worth it though. You're paying 130 for a probably 150 for one seat. I used to have it. That's what I'm telling you. For one seat, maximum $3 per.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
it's a good system, but it is more expensive.
Yeah.
Definitely than like Call Tools, or I'm sure there's others. And then as far as the skip tracing from Mojo, I think it's like $50 a month, and you get like 1 million skip traces.
You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
This is a girl.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
uh,
good, man. She's good.
Yeah. You see,
I
I paid
know
her
her.
$520 for the month.
Yeah.
And this is the website. Let me see. Her name is Geraldina Molina. I think they have a website. Hold on.
Yeah, she's real good, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Are you
And
working
again,
with Rudy?
I don't know who she's working with.
Oh,
I
okay.
got her through a Facebook group post.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put here's the website, I think.
Just that I got to call him. What do
Yeah, there we
do?
go. Here, support at Landmark Connects.
Landmark.
Landmarkconnects.com, I think is the site.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and again, I can bet for her.
But hey, who was asking about the Mojo skip tracing? Just
Mag.
Yeah, so it's like $50 a month. You get a lot of data. I think you can get 1 million records, skip traced for like $50. It's not great data, but I watch a lot of different podcasts, like Real Estate Disruptors with Steve Trang. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of him, but he had, I can't remember what the guy's name was, but he went on the podcast and he was talking about, hey, I use the Mojo Dialer data. I do 5 deals a month. So he's not doing a crap ton. He's got 4 cold callers, so I mean he's definitely keeping his guys busy, to do those 5 deals. But hey, his overhead is very, very low, to do that.
right.
So it's
Yeah, I think if you combine everything there, right, that's why it keeps it low, though.
yeah. Yep.
And like for me right now, I keep, of course, before taxes, I'm at like 89% of whatever I make. It's gross profit. So that's one of the things that I think about when I scale. As I start hiring more people, then I'm gonna start cutting from my profit.
Yeah, you will. You will a little bit.
So I don't want to do that. Again, I come from big business. I would like let me stay slim, and try to hire just the people that I need, and just improve my conversions. That was my and so far it was my goal in 2019 when it ended, and I've done it this year because I kept my lead costs real low, my total expenses out real low, so that it can be at, for every dollar that I put out, I get 11 back, 10, 11 back.
Yep.
I know as you scale, I see people making a lot of money, like my business. When I was a lender, we were making probably around like $4 million worth of loans. As far as profit for the branch, and we were only keeping in net profits after salaries and everything close to 500,000. Like, it's good money, but it's, again, you're cutting away a lot from your profits. And like me, I don't want to be I come from a big corporation. I don't want to be a big corporation. I want to be able to keep a lot of my profits, talking about 90. I think the max that I can cut, it will be like 80. At 80%, that's it. If every $100 that I make, 80% goes to my pocket as far as a gross profit, then that'll be good. I don't want to be at 50. If I make $1 million, I don't want to be able to pay $500,000 worth of expenses. That just creates, again, being in a business like that, it's another headache. I used to come from that. It's a lot of moving parts. It takes a lot. Again, I used to be pulled a lot of ways when I was a lender. I would have to manage too many things, and that's why I left. I want to manage probably like 10 things at max. Keep my profits really high. My margins of profit really high. Improve myself as far as my conversions. Be frugal with my money and just pay whoever needs it. This lady, again, my VA, look at the VA. If you go on average, let's say on average she does 24 leads per week. That means I can get one deal. Let's say 50. I can probably get 1 or 2 deals per month, per week from her. So imagine in a week she gave me 24 leads. She's not gonna run out of data. So in a year, 24 to 52. That's, you see. So that's how my math mindset. That's how I can justify having a VA. You know what I mean? She's not gonna, probably mid-year, she'll probably be through probably half of my data mid-year. And remember, those are just one dials though. Single dials. And then the single dialer, the ones that were abandoned or no answers, puts them back on the bank. Once the quality of the data gets, let's say the first round, it goes. And then it gets depreciated, like 80% quality, and then 70% quality, and then 60. It keeps on putting them back in the bank.
Yeah. So you buy all your data at once, or you pull all your data at once? Is that what you mean?
This data, again, I've been a hoarder of data.
Okay.
I told you guys that I'm a person that if I can probably stay to 6 in the morning, if I something that I like at 12 and I'm reviewing it, I'll probably stay to 6, 7 in the morning just trying to find out how it works, where I get it from. That's why I think by the end of the year, I'll probably have close to 1 million data points of people I can talk.
What about how long should you keep the data until the data goes bad? Data goes bad.
Data's data. People, like Steve said, people don't move. How often do you move from your house?
No,
Do they die or they move?
I agree, but some other people are hitting this data. Some other investors.
And that's where the conversions of the guts comes in.
They're going to hit it.
How good are you on the phone?
They're going to hit the data anyway.
Yeah. So how good are you on the phone? Like literally this lady that from the property that I'm gonna lock it up at 100, I literally pushed her away. Like, you know what, ma'am? You can probably get more money if you list it. And then that shocked her. Nobody tells them, no, sell it to somebody else. That's the difference between being the guts and not being hungry for the deal, and being someone, yeah, you want my money, you gotta fight for it.
Right.
So yeah, data's data. A lot of people, again, I'm just putting my data's data. Again, people don't move that often. A phone number is a phone number. A conversation is a conversation. If I can talk to somebody about a house, they give me the time to talk about a house, and if they're willing to just hear me out, hey, it works for me.
Right. And so you have just this one caller, the one cold caller? Okay. And they're generating about 24 leads.
Yeah, the first week was 24 leads.
Okay, so you're doing about 100 leads a month, and you expect to turn that into how many?
At least 4 deals.
Okay.
If I'm good, if I can negotiate good and I can talk to a person good, probably 4 deals.
4 deals. And are you doing just straight cash offers, or do you do terms too?
Whatever. I got cash offers. I done what's it called? Cash offers. I done sub 2s. I've done wraps. I done what's called basically the main things in my area is wraps and wholesale deals. I don't do lease options here in the valley.
Gotcha. That's great. And obviously the more deals or the more ways that you can structure this, the more likely you are to convert that lead. So I know sometimes cold calling can be even 1 in 100, in some markets. 1 in 100. And like Phoenix might be a little bit more closer to that number. Super aggressive, competitive markets, you might not convert 1 in 24, but you're doing 1 in 12 now.
Arturo, quick question for you about this. How come you, instead of cold calling, you don't text blast them?
Again, being afraid. You're afraid of having that conversation. cold calling is always much better. What's it called? If they answer you.
That's the thing.
They-
That most of the times, you know, they
work,
think it's
again,
robocalls.
Text, not robocalls, because again, if they answer you, it's gonna be a live person behind. Text works. Again, I've tried texting. It didn't work for me as much, maybe because I wasn't doing it at the scale that I wanted to be at. But again, cold calling works much better for me, because if they answer, if you look at my numbers, they're answering. She probably had like 1,000 conversations this week, 30, 40-second conversations. That means that 1,000 people now know that we're buying properties.
If that person doesn't answer the phone and they get an answering machine, your system leaves them a message.
No
No message. Wow.
It's not typical, Steve. When people use auto dialers, how it works on most systems is they'll dial it, then they'll just let the call go and they'll go on to the next one. Now, I don't know exactly how Call Tools is set up. Some dialers are even like pay per minute, but I know you can set up on some dialers an automatic voice message that you leave after every single dial.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it'll go to voicemail. You can set up the system. You press a button, it drops the voicemail after it listens to the message and gets through the prompts, right? And then the other 9 lines are, you know, off in the abyss making calls, and this one line's tied up. But I think Call Tools is. Are you using Call Tools, Arturo?
No, and I know Call Tools, again, going back to my frugal mentality, Call Tools, they do drop voicemails, but I think they charge you like a cent or two per
Okay.
voice drop.
Because it counts as 1 minute.
Yeah.
That's how they hit you. Okay.
So I don't know. I need to talk to I haven't talked to the SendCall developers yet as far as the new features.
Yeah.
There's new features integrated, because I know there's the IVR feature, there's a recording feature. I love the IVR. When they call me back, press 1, goes to me directly. Press 2, it goes to the not call list.
Right.
They're installing the audio here in the house, so that's why the guy's testing it right now.
Okay.
If you guys hear music, but yeah, again, I try to be as frugal as possible. The only thing that I if you take anything from this conversation is you gotta be able to be a fucking killer on the phone.
Yeah.
You gotta be a killer, because you might get 1,000 leads, but if you suck at actually talking to persons, then they're not gonna sell it to you. Again, they're not. They're just gonna go on to the next person.
Right.
Again, you gotta be the nail that sticks out. Instead of trying to buy it, like, why come you listed it? Like the lady asked me yesterday, she had a property, which I'm gonna lock up through one of these deals, where she called and she pressed 1, went to me. She has an acre. She wanted 60, and she's like, it's worth 90. Well, how come you don't sell it for 90, ma'am? You're cutting yourself short. So they're like, usually they're not used to hearing that.
Right.
Right?
What's going on?
Higher. Like, yeah, I had something that was worth 100. I'm gonna sell it for 100. And then she's like, "Oh, I had to sell it because of this."
So is this sent out like a voice broadcast?
Sorry, what was that?
Is this sent out like a voice broadcast?
They might. No voice broadcast. I know to do. I've tried voice broadcasting. I did make a deal where it made me $30K on a voice broadcast deal on a pre-foreclosure, but I don't do it no more in my area. Maybe I should. Again, it's I think it was like the cheapest that I got a voice broadcast back then was like 2 pennies per drop.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about
Yeah.
right. And the reason I asked that is because you said you got the person on the phone, press 1 to talk to a live person, press 2 to go in the do not call list, right? That's typically how a voice broadcast
that's really how
someone, right? So ZenCall must have put something on, in place to avoid spam stuff. What's the deal there?
Well, SendCall, it's when they call you in.
Okay.
When they call in, because basically remember, we dial 11, 12 numbers, 1 picks up. Let's say 3 picked up at the same time. I only have 1 VA, so 3 were hung up. It goes to my voicemail, and then the rest of the 11, the rest of the what's called the other 10, the other 8 that didn't answer, they'll call back just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
and then they hear my voicemail.
Gotcha.
And
But
those are the ones. If you press 1, that means that you what's it called, that you're interested in the house. Now, part of the guts is that when they call me, I don't have the list in front of me. They go to my burner phone, right? So it's like, yeah, my secretary called you right now. I think it's about a house you're interested in selling. He said, what's that? You know what, ma'am? You caught me on the road right now. I'm just had a Whataburger right now, so I don't have the info in front of me. You see, that's where you're not hungry for the deal. You're just a regular person. You know what I mean? So that helps you convert better, because when the people hear you, or this guy's not trying to like force me to sell a house. Like, man, you caught me eating right now. Do you have a house for sale? Are you? I can probably pull up my computer, but again, if you have a house, and if you don't, I apologize. But I assume you do, because you press 1, or you press 1 by mistake. You put it back on them. Like, literally, stop bothering me. If you have a house for sale, let's talk. If you don't, then just stop bothering me.
Right.
And that's different, because out of 10 real estate investors, probably like 8 will have the same conversation. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to buy in that area. People hear that. But when you get that 1 or 2%, that 1 or 2 people that don't talk like that, you stick out. Now, big wholesalers can do that, because if you can have 100 conversations, you can close deals doing the same script. I can't, because I don't have their marketing value. As far as marketing budget, I got to make sure that every call that I get is different, so that it sticks out in the person's mind.
Right. Hey, Steve,
Right
real
now,
quick, I want to answer Steve's question earlier about no voicemails on these cold calls. And what I would tell you, Steve, is on the particular dialer, every one of these dialers might have different terms to how they treat voicemails. And like Arturo was saying, hey, I think it charges you 1 or 2 pennies. I don't know what it is.
Right.
If you look at it from the standpoint of, okay, if I'm gonna do text blast, or I'm gonna do ringless voicemails anyway, and I'm gonna budget that into my marketing, I might as well leave the voicemail, because I'm gonna spend the money on the ringless voicemail, or I'm gonna spend it on a live voicemail. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's a wash, right? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. You already went through the trouble of dialing the number, or the machine did.
Like for me right now, this time, if I would have dropped a voicemail, it would have cost me $200 a week.
Yeah.
That's too much. That's too
$200
much.
$200 a week. But I guess in response to that is, what if that turned into a deal?
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh shit, you're like, hey, it was worth it.
No,
It's law of averages. It's law of averages.
Guaranteed, yeah, definitely. I'll drop $1,000 a week. But again,
right, for sure.
Like they say, the law of big numbers,
Right.
So the way your system is set up right now, if you dial out, the system dials out, and 3 people answer the phone at the same time, your person's talking to one. What happens to the other 2 or 3?
they get dropped.
They get dropped. So does the system call them back again? Wow.
They call back.
Yeah.
They call back. You hope.
They can call you back, or no, Steve, I've seen it to where, like Mojo Dialer, it actually does. Yeah. It does call them back after your agent gets off the phone. It'll treat those whomever picked up, and we call that an abandoned call.
Right.
Whoever picked up and it was an abandoned, the system will treat that person as priority, so they'll call them back first. And then
Senko, talking about that, now that you remind me, Senko has that feature where I can put those abandoned calls into priority. Yes. But I haven't gone that far. I haven't gone that. I haven't.
Right.
You're just chiming through this stuff.
Yeah, hey, it's called ready, you shoot, and then you aim. It's not about aiming. I would probably spend all my life aiming. I'm too much of a perfectionist to have that as my fault. Because if I trust me, the guys that are working in my house, I'm a perfectionist. But in business, I gotta first get the word out there without even know what I'm saying. Then when they call me, then I can fix it.
You do all this yourself. You don't have partners or whatever. This is your company, right?
Yep.
God bless. Hey, there's somebody coming around the corner. He's got a gun. Look out.
Jesus.
What was that? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
That's
What am I
all
getting?
right.
So yeah, like
something in his hand.
yeah, like I was telling you, I'm in this business literally. Like I'm in my working age years. I mean, I can't slow down. I can't. I had a monster earlier today. Had coffee in the morning. I started doing again. I always think about it, know about it, but it's not perfection. It's progression. How so? When you try to do perfect, you don't do anything. So when in the mornings, if I can eat my vegetable juice inside a monster, I'll do it.
And you're in your 30s and your 40s, and you find out what you like, and you're making money on it, and it clicks. You're like a bull in a china shop. That's how I work.
Yeah.
And I'm a little older than that now, as they said. That's
Yeah,
a good down payment. That's about what that is. Yeah. So it's all good, man. Go. Just if it works, keep going. Don't stop. Don't let anybody talk you out of it.
Exactly. Like I was telling, I had a conversation earlier this week. He said, I'm willing to put 100K bet to make 200K. I'm willing to go to zero. The good thing that I have a background, I don't have any debts. So I'm willing to put zero. If I can empty my bank account on a risk, do it. I know I can get it back. So once you have that mentality that you know you can get it back, you don't question if it works. And of course, don't go into the shiny object syndrome either. But again, cold calling, I know it works. A lot of people do it. Drop money, but not drop money crazy. This deal that I'm doing, I'm putting probably 50K tops to make 150 or to make 250 down the road. I'm willing to do it. Does it have a pre-foreclosure? Yes. Might I lose it? Yes, but I'm pretty sharp on getting the right attorneys to block it. A lot of people want that secure thing. You want that 9 to 5 risk, but the investor profits. You can't do it. It's either you risk it and make a lot of money, or you don't risk it and you get your 9 to 5 Friday paycheck. That's why I left my company when I was a lender. I didn't want that Friday paycheck.
Right. That was your boat. We weren't burning that boat.
Yeah, burning the boat, across the bridge, burn the bridge. I have that mentality. If you guys hope to see my Facebook, it's really either you try it or you do. You can't do both. Like when you jump, I was telling the guys there earlier in this week, when you jump off a cliff, it's either you're gonna jump or you don't. There's no trying. Either you jump off a cliff and do, or you just don't do anything. Don't say I'm trying.
I call it relentless determination.
Yep. Yeah. Again, we only have one life. I do want to live to 100, so. And
there you go, man.
I want to push myself as far off the line of where I started. So when I'm older and I'm like 80, 90, where my legs don't work and my brain keeps on working, I'll be like, oh, you know what, Ace, you did all this crazy shit when you were younger. That's the best way to live your life.
Years ago, you looked at people that were 60 years old and they were really, really old. With the medical services and medication and everything they got today, it's no big deal.
60 is like a new 45. If you stay healthy, stay fitted, 60s and 45, 70s.
What did you say? You're 45? Is that what you said?
45, yeah.
Oh, you're old. Oh, geez, you're old.
No. Like the 60. I'm 38 right now. But I know if I keep on, again, I play soccer, I eat good. Again, when I can, I'd rather just have something, even though it's not the right way. I'll have some vegetables as far as the supplements, but I have something to try to keep my body healthy. And I risk it. Again, I risk it to try to be successful.
I'm here on Long Island, and I share a building with an attorney and some other people. And one of the guys has his dad come in here daily, and he goes to the bank, makes deposits. We got snow. This guy's 91 years old. He's outside yesterday shoveling snow.
Yeah.
The guy's a bull.
Yeah.
He's a bull, you know. Some people are like that. 91 years old. Anyway.
I would rather be like that than the alternative.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean,
They had a much simpler life than us. A
Yeah.
much simpler life than us. Again, and we got soft. We got soft in the middle.
Yeah.
Somewhere
If
down
you
the road.
if you do what you like, that's 80% of it.
Yep.
If you really enjoy it and it enriches you, and you can even make a difference in other people's lives, it's a big plus. It's not always about the money. It's
Nope.
what you can do with the money. So, been there, done that. I'm reinventing myself, as they say, over the last few years.
There you go. That's the best way to live. Like I was telling a friend, like if I'm the same person last year, today, then I did something wrong. I didn't change at all. I
Right.
just stayed underneath the shade, and I don't want to be underneath the shade.
It's all good. Thanks for sharing, man.
But that's what Jim Rohn says. You might as well be all you can be.
Yep, you have to.
Why not?
Why not? Like they say that. Well, I don't know who said it. A tree doesn't go just 10 feet. It grows as much as it can.
Mhm.
Be a tree.
Arturo.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I had a question for you. You were talking about how you learned your market, the county, and how it operates, and so forth. Now with this COVID going on, what would you feel like is the best way to get that information about your county that you're working in, so you can be knowledgeable about it? Because a lot of places, because of this COVID, are just not allowing a lot of information. So
Well,
how would you go about it with all this going on?
Other simple. Again, everything. The only thing that stopped, that changed, are the doors are closed.
Right.
But everything that I got has to get recorded somewhere. Everything that I
Yeah.
did before was all online.
Yeah.
And that's it. All you need is a phone, a computer, and more or less where you got to shoot at.
Yeah.
So nothing changed. The only thing that changed is that instead of recording physically at the county, you got to mail it. I recorded a deed. I try to went to the office, like, no, you have to mail it. I mailed it. I paid $25 to do overnight it. It got recorded. It got sent back to me.
Gotcha.
So nothing changed again, and it's not a crutch. It's nothing changed. And the people that do use it as a crutch, that's the ones that are gonna, like Warren Buffett says, once the water recedes, you know that we're swimming naked.
Right.
The bulls, like you said, the bulls are the ones that are making money right now.
Right. Right.
Like Warren Buffett says, when people are scared, you go all in on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a new market, and market is close to man, and I don't know a lot about it, but I'm ready to really learn it. So I wanted some tips. Now, what do your research? You go through the recorder of deeds
Yep.
and search
Or
things.
the county appraisal district, you got to learn everything. What happens when this happens? What happens with this? Who records
Right.
it?
That's what I mean. Right.
Know the FOIA. Know everything. Again, be the person that if they ask you a question, you know the answer 90% of the time, and that 10% you can find it out.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to.
You got to become a master of your market.
yeah, be the
Right.
master.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You'll never go broke.
Yeah.
And you go hungry.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Stay active, man. Stay active, and don't fall into a trap. Well, everybody's failing. Nah, I don't see nothing as a crutch. I came from nothing, so uh, I learned that I can go eat. I can go probably a month eating top ramen, 25-cent meals. I don't mind.
Oh man,
What you got to do?
that's that Dave Ramsey mentality.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to do what you got to do. Eat beans and rice.
You can use life as a crutch, or you can use life as a jumping station. You pick.
That's
So yeah, man. Again, be busy. Be busy doing something that pushes you towards the goal. Don't just be busy.
right.
And be focused and be accountable for yourself. If you're not making a deal, it's your fault. If you're not getting the calls right, it's your fault. It's not this guy. It's not this guy. It's not because I don't get enough leads. Trust me. The easiest way to make money: go knock on doors. Knock on doors. You selling? No, get the fuck out of here. Perfect. You selling? No, get the fuck out of here. Somebody's gonna tell you yes.
That's
Right.
how Brent Daniels did it.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got that commercial he was talking about. He's like, look, this house, I knocked on doors. That's how I got started. You know, and it's always good to see how different big players got in the game. That's why I watch those podcasts. You know, it's interesting to see, and a lot of them, started out the same. They didn't have some crazy background or crazy situation going on. They just said, "Hey, I'm tired of not making money. I'm going to start hustling."
It's kind of disservice what they're trying to do right now. Is selling.
Say that again.
They're making some type of a disservice to the new wholesaler by selling you systems, making you not go straight to the point of contact by texting.
Yeah.
RPMs.
Yeah.
Send me back to where you first got your deal. Go knock on fucking doors. If someone can sell a course, knock on doors. That's the best way to.
I love it.
But of course, you don't make money because you can't sell that product. But that's the way that you learn. Teach me, not the way that you learn right now. The way that you learn when you were hungry. Teach me that. Go knock on a door. But they didn't teach you that. They don't sell you that because you can't make money.
Marketing, people don't want to buy those courses.
That's the best way to make money.
Very few people want to do the work. Very few people.
It's true,
guys. I got to get off, but this was great. Michael, Arturo, everybody, thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for sharing, man. You guys are the best.
Have a good one, Steve. We'll see you later.
You too. Thank you.
Have a great night. Thanks.
You too.
So yeah, guys, like Michael was saying again, we gotta be bold, man. We gotta be bold. We gotta be blunt. We gotta be bold. We gotta stop being scared about this and that. What's gonna fail? Yeah, don't try to look at the exit before you enter. People like to look at the refund policy before they even buy.
It's all right to study and understand what your product knowledge is important. It's not the most important thing. As long as we know how to handle the question that comes back to us or comes to us in a fashion professionally, efficiently. Like if Arturo asked me a question, we were role playing, we were doing whatever it was, and he asked me, I say, hey, that's a great question, Arturo. I don't know the answer to that right now, but I'm going to find out for you. Let me just make a quick note. By the way, can you tell me about X, Y, and Z? Right? And worst case scenario, you don't have to lie. Or I mean, best case scenario, you don't come off as a liar or someone that doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. You just set that aside, move forward, right? And then you'll come back to it. And hell, you might even think of the answer, throughout the conversation. Maybe you remember, or maybe you had heard whatever the actual answer is to what your question was. You might not remember it right there, but later on in the conversation you will. As long as you have everything written down. You got a right to remember, guys. Got a right to remember.
Yeah, you have to again and be gutful, man. We're humans. This is not about perfection. Perfection can be, again, people don't like to talk to perfect people because they feel like, oh, that guy's too smart for me. They want to be able to talk to a human. Yeah, I don't know the answer. Let me write it down. I'll find you the answer for this one, and make sure that you say that the points that you gotta ask, house, ARV, where you ask them.
Right.
Yeah. And just call. Just cold call Craigslist, cold call, whatever.
That's what I was telling the guys. Like, you have to get away from being scared. Texting is a little bit of a frightful way of marketing. It works. I can make anything work. I bet you if I can drop mailers, it works. I bet you if I put bandit signs, it works. Cold calling is the best way because you're putting yourself out there to talk to somebody because we're afraid of having that answer. Oh shit! Now I gotta be able to either show up or ship out.
Yeah.
But that's the best way. Be in front of people, talking like TTP. Talk to people about the house. Talk to people about life. Talk to people about somebody that has a house for sale.
We're just trying to solve problems. That's all it is. And there's hundreds of thousands of problems out there every single day.
Yeah, and then look at the foreclosures. The forbearance are kicking in. There's going to be tons of properties out there for grabs. But if you're afraid, the people that are not afraid are going to be Again, this cycle is gonna pass you by, and you didn't make money, and you're like, damn it, I missed the boat.
And I've heard you say this before, Arturo, and countless of other, people of authority will say, hey, it's all right if you fail. It's a numbers game. Just get out there and make offers. You make enough offers, the law of averages will catch up.
Yep.
Don't care what anyone says. It's basic math.
Yep.
If I make 100 offers, maybe I don't get anything in that first 100, but on 101 and 102, I got 2 offers accepted.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then,
That is correct. That's 100%.
So you got to give yourself enough time to let the law of averages fall in place. Too many people stop before they even hit those numbers.
And don't.
I think there's a
Again,
question. There's a question there.
What was that? What was the question? Sorry.
So the question is, when try to JV, what you tell the wholesaler that said add your fee to the asking price to bring a buyer. So, okay, so you're asking, what do we say to that wholesaler if they say just add your fee? I'm assuming that's the question.
Yeah, I think that was Jaime. So I think that's what he said too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what they say. Let's say the original wholesaler has it at 100. He's selling it for 105. He's telling you to add and how much you want to make, 108, 110. And then you sell it like that. They're not splitting their fee. They tell them to. It's like a realtor. Add your fee on top,
right?
And sell it to buyer on top.
Yeah, that's the question, right?
That's
what you saying? What do you say to that?
Yeah, definitely. Again, that's where your value. Tell you know what? Yeah, I can probably do that. I could have been. There's some deals where I could have gotten some JV deals locally where the wholesaler would have gotten 3 and I would have gotten 17K.
Right.
Because I know that deal was worth more than that. But no, I'd rather split bread half and half, and then it works like that. But yeah, sometimes people, again, they don't see the value of what you bring, and they tell them, well, find me a buyer. If you can get whatever you get on top is yours. Maybe because they don't see you a person as value. Show your value, sell it, and if you sell it for more, perfect. If you can sell it for 30, you keep the 25.
Absolutely. And if it's going to be like that, I mean, Brandon was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he showed live on the call. The guy said, I think he carved out $2,500 for Brandon. Brandon doesn't have to do that deal, right? he could do a 50% split or a 40% split or whatever it is. But I mean, why not? Worst case scenario, you don't sell the deal, but
you have an opportunity. You have a dart to throw at the wall.
Right, and that's a relationship. That's a relationship business. So now, let's say we do a deal with that wholesaler. Okay. Now what's going to happen? Let's say a month from now, call him back up. Hey, John, wanted to call you in. Hey, my buyer's hungry again. He wants another deal. You got anything available? What do you think John's going to tell you? Yeah, absolutely. And he might even be more open to doing a 50-50. That's the goal, is to obviously make as much as we can. But we're helping people solve problems one way or another. So it's definitely right for the taking. Plenty of deals out there, guys.
There's enough deals out there. Like I say, again, just give me an opportunity to sell a deal, and I'll do my best to try to sell it. Again, if you don't see the value in me, perfect. Just I'll add my fee on top. But then once I prove my value to myself, because then I try to prove my value to myself, and then I'll let the people on the outside see it. I don't try to prove nobody wrong or right. Your value, he's pretty good. He can get it done. You see the little entertainment area? It's nice, man.
That's pretty cool, man. Nice.
So, okay, guys. If you got any questions before we go, it's already been close to an hour and 20 minutes. Any questions before we go? Great. Thank you, Michael, for sharing your tips and your experience, my brother. I appreciate it.
For sure, man. Happy to help out.
Any other questions? Jamie, Mac, Anthony, Kim?
Just one last question. When you go to the county sites, there's some counties that don't have the POAs or it's not listed. Those are the ones that you have to go in person. Is that correct?
I'm assuming, yeah. If they don't have, it has to be recorded, but you probably don't have access. So,
Okay.
And then you call them.
Okay.
And they're access to you, then request a FOIA.
Okay.
FOIA. Yeah, mail it.
Yeah, you can request it, or you can have someone go and get the list for you. Pay a runner to do it. TaskRabbit.com is a good one.
Yeah.
It's in most markets, not in every market, but most major markets. And then Thumbtack is another good one. That's in more markets even.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't even know the websites.
Yeah, I'll put them in the chat here.
Yeah, put them in the Facebook group.
Sorry, you were breaking up. Say that again.
You can, Michael. Yeah, put them in the Facebook group, because once we end the chat, it'll get deleted.
When you call, when you call these people and you ask for those, let's say a POA, would like to get access to the POA, they're gonna ask you what for. What do you say?
What do you think?
I'm an investor. I
Nope.
purchase properties. No.
Freedom of Information Act.
Huh?
The Freedom of Information Act.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to tell you what it.
Okay.
Now you can, but it's public records. You can come up with a better story. I'm doing a report for high school about how power attorneys work when people lose their houses, or I'm doing my niece is doing what's it called, a paper for junior high about how power attorneys work and how somebody can sign a property, but we need actual power of attorneys. Well, you can't have it. Well, ma'am, I'm reading here that I am supposed to see him because they have to be publicly recorded and publicly access to the public. You can create a beautiful story. Worst case scenario, FOIA. Now, if you want to deny me the FOIA, then you have to get your authorization from the Attorney General of your state, and they have to see the request, and they have to deny the request, and then you got to send me that request to me, saying that you requested access, you requested permission to deny me, and the Attorney General from your state said no, and then they send it to me. Okay, I'll take that. But your authority. You're not the judge, jury. You're somebody that's there. If you want to deny me something access, then you have to request the Attorney General that, you know what, this guy locally wants access. Can we give him to him or no? If he says no, then perfect. But if you didn't ask for permission and you deny me, then you're breaking the law. Now you're breaking the law. Now you're gonna get fired for trying to be your own police. You're not hired to be the police. And if you don't know, if you don't, I can tell him, if you don't know, ma'am, don't risk your job, because I know what I'm doing. I know that you're supposed to give me this information. Right. Now, if you don't want to give it to me, then you have to request from the Attorney General of your state to deny me that information. Now, I don't want to get you fired, but if you're preventing me from getting this access, I can send a couple of emails and you might get in trouble. You might be in probation. Now, you're willing to risk your livelihood for something you don't know about? Probably not, right? That's where the guts comes in.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I want to hear deals, guys. I want to hear you guys booking deals. People that haven't got any deals, come on, guys. You got 12 days, 11, 13 days for the end of the year. Let's make a freaking deal. Let's put some money in your pocket. Let's make 2020 at least get some ROI back.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. You guys have a great weekend. Again, hit me up in the group. Again, anything that we posted here, post in the group, Michael. Those websites that I didn't even know about those.
Yeah, I threw them up there. Yeah, those
next year I'm going to new markets, and I want to know if I can't find them, that I can get somebody to do them for me.
Yes, and I put in here, so they're good apps to get people to take pictures, put signs out for you, show your deals, run to the courthouse.
Yeah, put all that.
Your lunch, all that.
That's all that you know about, man.
Absolutely. So it's up in the Real Estate Wholesalers Club group and Justin's VIP group. Is there somewhere else I should post it?
That's it. Only those two places.
Those two. Okay. Sounds good, guys. Everyone
All right.
have a good rest of your day.
Have a good
Right,
day,
brother. Be safe,
guys.
guys.
Thanks, Arturo. All right. Bye-bye.
Likewise.